Hello guys, this is Batman RPK. My first What If series is going to be what if Deku had a made-up Sharingan, and he's going to have a normal Sharingan, but it's going to be different due to him having 4 different variations of it, which he can unleash at different times or having different emotions. His eyes respond to his emotions unlike other Sharingans, which, actually I'm incorrect. All Sharingans respond to emotions, but he unleashes these Sharingans through different emotions, like rage. He'll unleash one of his 4 Sharingans, of the 4 main emotions. And so, he has them 4 Sharingans, which I'm going to show in a second. And I'm going to start explaining his abilities. Of course, all 4 have Amaterasu. All 4 have different Susanos. And then he has an ultimate, his ultimatum version, which is him, like, well, he's Otsutsuki. So, he has a 3rd eye on his forehead, which he doesn't know he has yet, obviously. He doesn't know who his parents are. And let's hop right into it. I'll tell you the rest of the abilities later. So, Deku in this world is an orphan. Yeah, he's an orphan. His parents, I'll tell you all about his past in the next episode, separate video. And so, he doesn't know where he is. When he got into the world, he was 4. And so, he's in an orphanage. He walks around. Well, he was found in a crater near the orphanage. Not knowing what to do with him, they just took him and left and put him into the orphanage. The government knows nothing about this. Nobody knows nothing about it. He has been tested for quirks. He hasn't been tested for any of that. They just took him in. So, he's in the orphanage, right? His eyes are like a Rinne Sharingan, except he exempts no power from the Rinnegan, except his red eyes. He has the 1 Tamori right now, right? And he has the 1 dot on his red eye. They thought that was his quirk. They thought he had a mutation quirk. So they just let it be, saying he had a quirk, and he did. Well, technically, Sharingan is not a quirk. So, yeah. And he has the ability of Sage Pass at the same time, as well as he has his Sharingan, since he's the son of Kaguya and Madara. Yeah, he's the son of Kaguya and Madara. And he comes from the Naruto world, but he was pushed into this dimension forcefully to defend him from the world of Shinobi. Because Naruto wouldn't try to kill him at first, but later on it would become a problem. So, yeah, he's 4. He's walking around the orphanage. Let's get forward. It's been 2 months. He's gotta know some people. He's just walking around, moving around. And so, while he's doing all this, he has a higher understanding than the rest of the kids due to him being Otsutsuki. He's absorbing and being very adaptive to everything. He's absorbing all the knowledge he can. He's been to the library like 6 times between these 2 months. And they don't understand how he can read already. They're just guessing it's part of his quirk, even though it's not a quirk. So, he's just reading, doing all this, absorbing, until another 2 months go by. He's been to the library. He knows everything up to current history. I know you think I'm making a little bit of people his smarts, but he has to have physical experience when it comes to fighting. If he takes physical experiences and mixes them with inexperience, like just absorption of fighting and then using them, it's going to be a whole different field. Because him just throwing his hands around and doing kickboxing and just punching, kicking, unlike him actually fighting somebody with the style of kickboxing or Muay Thai or any of that, it's going to be an entirely different situation. So until he gets experience with actual throwing hands with people, he's not going to be like really good with his fighting. He's going to be like considered really good when he's showing it to people, but when he actually fights people, it's going to be a whole different situation. So it's been like, 4 months of him just moving, learning, walking around, absorbing knowledge. He already knows how to do like 9th grade math. He already knows all that. He's book smart, so he's just learning everything, absorbing it due to his Otsutsuki, to him being Otsutsuki. He's just absorbing everything, walking around, being very adaptive. Then 3, 2, 1, Inko and Hasashi come in. they see him with his one red eye. With his red eye, with the one tamale just around it. Him just walking around with his one tamale. Inko, his skin's not white like in Otsutsuki's. His skin's like pale-ish, but it isn't like the color white like every other Otsutsuki. So, he's just like whitish, like human-looking, humanoid. He doesn't have horns as of yet. They're growing out of his skull, but they're not like showing yet. They're still like implanted, embedded in his skull where they're supposed to be, but they're not like growing out as of yet. They see the marks where it's supposed to be, but they're not like growing as of yet. So, he has the ability to stage 6 fast, obviously, but he cannot like use them just all the time. He cannot spam the abilities until he unlocks his ultimate, his final form of his sharingans. Not the final form, but like his third eye. That's when he can fully just use all stage 6 power whenever he wants to. So, after the 4 months of him learning everything, Inko and Hasashi come in, take him in, and then he's just in their house now. Just the first day, like after 4 months, like I said, him going to the library, going and just taking his knowledge with him as they take him out the place. And so, Inko and Hasashi took him home, not knowing what's going on with his red eyes. They're just like, okay, that must be his quirk, like everybody else has thought, even though it's not a quirk. They're just taking him in. And so let's skip forward to him being in, how about we say, first grade? Yeah, first grade. And so, he's in first grade, right? He's just walking around. Bakugo and him have not met yet. So Bakugo does not know who Deku is. Or Izuku not Izuku Midoriya, but they named him Madara. Madara actually named him after himself, but due to him not knowing his lineage or knowing his name, his name is still Izuku Midoriya, because Madara didn't have told him what his name was when they sent him off into the other realm, which is the My Hero Academia universe. He didn't remember any of it due to some trauma through the realm traveling. When he was traveling to the next realm, he hit his head directly onto the little vortex or little portal when he was getting transferred to. It wasn't like a normal portal where it's like you step in and you step out to the other side. No. It's like a wormhole where it's one place to another, connecting. To the ninja world, it was a forbidden jutsu. That if you use it, nothing would be like repercussion if you're like a god, technically, like Kaguya, And so, Madara used that technique, and he was sunk to the other world, which isn't, I don't think it's real inside the actual Naruto universe, so I'm just making that up right now. So he sent him to the other My Hero Academia universe. So, his name is still Izuku Midoriya, him not knowing his lineage. And so, his first day in pre-K, I mean not in pre-K, but first grade. His first day in first grade. He's walking around trying to get to know everybody. He already has a few friends on his first day. There's like 2-3 kids with some strange quirks. Some real strange quirks. So, he's walking around talking to everybody. Walking around, just looking what he has to do. Or like what's going on around here, and then 3, 2, 1, he stumbles upon Bakugo and his little group of lackeys. And so Bakugo doesn't know who this kid is, so he isn't gonna blatantly try to bully him at first. He's gonna slowly observe him, and at this time he has, I'd like to say, the Tutomoe. He's different from normal Sharingan users since he's Otsutsuki. Let's say the Otsutsuki in this dimension, their power naturally goes stronger, and their Tomoes will activate slowly. But, like, he'll have more Tomoe slowly. But unlike everybody else, he actually has to have a little bit of traumatic experiences. A little bit, like quite a bit of traumatic experiences to make him activate his Mangekyo. And then for him to activate his Eternal Mangekyo, it'd have to be a near-death experience right there, just near death. no other way, just near death. And so he would be going in, right? Bakugo would say, "Oh, hello," acting nice at first. And then 3, 2, 1, he sits down after Bakugo just says hello because teacher came in. He said, "Everybody sit down now." And he starts teaching the class. But Deku, already knowing all this, he just goes, pulls out a book on human biology and starts reading that. With pressure points and all that. Just reading that. While teacher's like, "What are you reading, Izuku? Pay attention." And Midoriya, already knowing this, said, "I already know it. Why would I need to pay attention, sir?" So the teacher says, "Then show us if you know it." Izuku goes up there, teaches a whole lesson. Teacher just left speechless. Don't know what to say. Thinking this kid was lying to him. But he showed him how to do it, when he learned when to do it, and how he learned and where he learned it, from exact words of what the book name was, where it's from, what the company created it, everything. And the teacher was so confused. He was so confused and so shocked, he just said, "Go sit back down. Go sit back down." Because he just told teacher the whole first grade curriculum in about 5 minutes. So he gets back to reading his human biology book. So teacher's just like, okay. This kid already know everything. There's no point in him being in my class. But teacher not gonna say anything like that. He's gonna let him stay. So let's say, I don't want to put big skips. I just put months so far. Not months, but a couple of years. But it isn't beginning of anime skip yet. And so, yeah. Deku, let's just skip all the way to second grade because nothing really eventful happens all through first. Because Bakugo doesn't mess with him, not knowing what his quirk is, and he sees his red eyes. Which, his red eyes give off a menacing type vibe to him. Due to his eyes having some type of force behind them. Unlike normal sharingans, his eyes have some type of pressure behind them. Because it's always on. It's not like it's off. Like I said, it's a made-up sharingan, so it's going to have a lot of abilities that are so much different than normal sharingan. So like I said, his eyes are active at all times. They are never off. He always has them on. He doesn't have the bleed setback. He doesn't have him being blind setback. His setback for his eyes, if he uses them too much, he won't go blind. Well, actually, you know what? Nah, he won't go blind. He will heal his eyes. His eyes can get damaged, obviously. But his eyes are different. His eyes can heal. But it takes a long time. It takes 2 or 3 hours at the least when there's a little bit of damage and the huge damage. It takes 2 to 3 days. He still had to use his other version of the eye, but he can't use that one version of the eye for a couple of days. And so, he doesn't know all this yet. He has none of that ability yet. He has none of that. It just, he has pressure behind his eye due to his eyes always being on. And that's part of the power of his eyes that are different than everybody's. If you were to, let me say something. You know how they would take everybody's eyes, right? How they would take each other's eyes, right? If you were to take Deku's eyes, they won't work for you. It's more Deku would basically do a Rini rebirth on you and just take over your body, become you, and then just go back to normal. Nobody knows that's an ability yet. It don't matter how weak his eyes were. They're like a Shard or Rinnegan, except because he inherited traits of Rinnegan, but he's not able to access his almighty push and almighty pull abilities yet at all. He can't use any of that yet. And so he's just moving around with his day for the first whole year, first grade, just learning everything, doing everything, just reading these books while teacher teaching, and him getting all his work done. He's a straight A student already. And so second grade happens, right? Bakugo starts getting a little bit aggressive. Because Deku may have pale skin, but it's not like gummy pale. It's normal skin tone, kinda, like a little bit lower than normal skin tone. But his skin is so clear, to where it's like, he sits there, the light reflects off his skin due to him and how his skin is set up. Because due to Madara becoming an Otsutsuki before he had Deku. Let's say in this timeline, Naruto kills, like Kaguya doesn't manifest through Madara. She manifests through Obito. So she used Obito as a vessel instead of Madara. And so in this turn, Madara survives as an Otsutsuki. And so let's say the Great War passes. They don't win, but it's a stalemate. But they have Deku while the stalemate's on. They have him while everything's going on. And so 4 years after the Great War was said to be ended, they finally killed Kaguya. They finally ended Kaguya. But Madara and Kaguya did something before then. If they ever were to die, they send Deku to a whole other reality. Make sure he's safe. So they did that. And this is where this whole story comes from. And so, let me continue what I was saying. He was in 2nd grade. Bakugo's getting aggressive. Because this whole year, he was just scouting out Deku. See if he was soft, if he was a fighter or anything. But he hadn't shown him anything. So he's guessing he doesn't fight. He doesn't hit people. He doesn't do any of that. So Bakugo gets a little bit aggressive after school, like after the 1st grade or the 2nd grade, 2nd month. Bakugo finally gets aggressive on him, push, and like after school he targets Deku. Little did he know, Deku knows some fighting, but this will help him get some experience in his fighting style. So he still can throw good hands in the fighting style, like I said before. It's like a whole different scenario though. The next person is years and years of experience, unlike Deku. He won't be like looking like a veteran fighter, no. He'll look like just a regular, just a average learner.